good with y'all? Back with another video, and today I'm reviewing the Skechers full court press in this pink colorway. It's also my dog Daisy's birthday. She just came up the stairs. Y'all probably aren't seeing this on her actual birthday, but drop a happy birthday Daisy in the comments. I actually have no clue how old she is either because I picked her up from a shelter like 5 years ago or something like that. She's still super active though, so she got a lot of years left. But let's get into the review. To start it off, we have this mesh upper in this super bright and vibrant pink colorway. They do have two colorways of the shoe. It's a white with like an iridescent shank, and then it has this all pink one. I didn't tell them what color they sent me. One of the guys from the Skechers marketing team reached out, said they want to send me a shoe. I was like, sure, why not? And thankfully they sent the pink. I do think the design on these is not bad, but it's interesting. It's just kind of like plain, kind of generic in a sense, I'll say. It kind of reminds me of like the Under Armour Currys in a sense when you look at them. That's like the first thing that comes to mind for me. I do think this pink colorway though adds a nice pop to the shoe. And if you like pink hoop shoes, I think it is cool. It has a little bit of like some sparkles going along the midsole as well. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see it a little bit. And we have this TPU wing going across the lateral sides of the shoe into the heel to help with the heel lockdown and the lateral support. I did get to take the shoe to the court today. You got to see a little bit of highlights. I got my lip busted today. Can't lie, help side, somebody drove a baseline, pump faked, and they got wrapped up. But I was already in the air at that point, jumping and tried to like go over the top to get the block. He like leaned back like this and just threw his head back and busted my lip. I don't even want to pull it out because it hurts and it looks nasty. So yeah, I have like a hole in my lip. I actually thought I lost a couple deep today. Thankfully, I did not. But the shoe did feel good on court and it was very comfortable first wear. Lockdown was not an issue at all either. So when it comes to the cushion, we have this Skechers Move midsole, and then we also have a Skechers Move insole as well. If you're around my age or older, I feel like you remember the era when like Skechers used to have their own stores in malls. I actually don't know if they still do that. I haven't seen one in a really long time, but I also grew up in California and I live in Arizona now, so maybe they just don't have them out here. And Skechers was always known for like the cheap but super comfortable shoe. But it wasn't really like good drip or anything like that. I will say I do think this one looks decent. Like I would actually wear this multiple times, take them to different courts and everything. I would wear it again. There's certain shoes I get, and even if they're a good performer, I'm like, these look a little funky. I'm not gonna say any names, so I don't want to like bash any other brand. Just because it's not my taste doesn't mean that it's not your guys' taste or that it's a bad shoe. It's just not my personal preference in terms of look. So I do think that they did a good thing with the looks on this shoe, and especially with this colorway, I really liked it. But like I said, Skechers was known for being super comfortable. Cushion on these, I give it like an 8. It's another one was like not bad, not good. I expected something like super plush and premium, which may be too much to ask for in a hoop shoe because it may compromise the stability a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I just expected more. I had higher hopes. I thought that'd be like the star of the shoe, but it wasn't. And it wasn't an issue either. It's a solid 8 out of 10. And as far as the stepping comfort and the breaking time, first wear, no issues, felt comfortable, felt good. It does say in the tech specs that it has an arch stability sock liner. I tried to look at the sock liner to see if I saw anything that would have to do with the arch support. I don't see anything really built into it at all. It does seem like that there's some hard plate in the midfoot though to help with that arch support, and it's not as hard across the other parts of the shoe. I have flat feet, so sometimes when shoes have a little too much arch support or the arches are really high, it's really uncomfortable for me, especially the first few wears. And then with me switching shoes all the time too, since because I have flat feet, when I'm switching between more shoes with higher arches, it kind of just kills my arches. Express says they work with podiatrists to engineer the shape of the shoe and did 120,000 unweighted fit scans, and the arch support is podiatrist certified. I'm not gonna lie, I expected that with Skechers. That's why I thought the cushion would be super, super, super plush. But in terms of comfort, they are really comfortable in first wear. You should have no issues at all. Next, when we get into the outsole, it is a solid rubber outsole. And as you can see on the back of the shoe, they're working with Goodyear for the outsole rubber, which I think that's super cool and super crazy. An actual tire company to work and put that rubber on a basketball shoe. Honestly, thinking about it, I don't know why more brands don't do that. I feel like it'd be great for the tire company. Because yes, tire companies have reputations and people see them, and there's a lot of big name ones, but what's better than a shoe that you wear every single day that kind of reminds you of that? Every time I pick up the shoe, every time I look at it, I see Goodyear. I think it's super cool marketing, and tires are supposed to have good grip on the road. That same type of rubber you can put into the outsole of a basketball shoe and make it a really good traction pattern. And that they did. One thing that I did not have issue with at all on the court was traction with this shoe. And the traction also played really well on dust. I gave the traction on these shoes a 9 out of 10. And then for the traction pattern on the shoe, they did decide to use a multi-directional herringbone traction, as you can see going along the forefoot of the shoe and the heel of the shoe as well, with some linear lines going through the full outsole of the shoe. The shoe does have a nice squeak, and the traction is right here. Good news, like the tire wear. Next on the list, we have the fit of the shoe. 100% true to size, should have no issues at all. I will say the toe box is semi-wide foot friendly. I wouldn't call it super wide by any means, but there is a decent amount of space in the toe box. It isn't super scrunched up or anything like that. It's typically the shape of most Nike shoes. One of the main selling points on this shoe, which is a really good and really budget-friendly thing, is it is $110. That is the retail price of the shoe. I believe it came out July 30th or 31st, and they sent it to me a couple days ago. Hey, oh, this too, I had a question. So, I haven't looked at a pair of Skechers or anything in a really long time. I know Joel B wears them and OG Anunoby. And, bro, when I was a kid, I swear there was a T in Skechers. Am I tripping, or did they change the name to now it's just Skechers? Even when I wrote it on my board, you can see, what's coming in. I wrote Skechers with a T. My phone just hit me in my knee. And then looking at it today when I got the shoes, I was like, bro, there's no T on here. I don't think I've ever owned a pair of Skechers in my life, so that's maybe what it was. I've just never actually seen it up close and personal. But I swear there was a T on there. Could be tripping though. And then when it comes to the weight of the shoe, it is 394 grams. Average weight for my size basketball shoe is 370 to 400 grams. They're coming in at the average weight. And they felt cool, felt good on court. Didn't feel clunky or bulky by any means. I will say that the outsole did feel a little bit flat, but I did like that the traction pattern goes up the inner lateral side of the shoe. When you play basketball cut, you move. Certain moves, you're going to have your feet kind of, sideways, playing different ways. So to have traction on all parts of the shoe is really nice. A player that usually does that in every single shoe he drops is Kyrie, and I think that's a nice touch to a hoop shoe, and I feel like most of them should have it, or just really high sidewalls when it comes to their traction pattern, or just having rubber in general. Overall, though, hooping in these, super cool shoe. Very unique. I actually got a lot of compliments and questions on what these were. And even my homie Marcus, he threw them on. He was like, bro, I didn't even know Skechers made hoop shoes. Threw them on, walked around in them for a little bit. He's like, yo, bro, these are actually pretty comfortable. He was like, I would actually go and get these. So I don't know if he's actually going to get them. He has a ton of hoop shoes that he's stolen from me in my closet up here. So he doesn't need to buy hoop shoes for a very long time. Well, overall with this shoe, it's really comfortable. The mesh upper doesn't need a lot of time to break in. Cushion is decent. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Nothing too crazy. Traction was really good. No issues at all on the court. Was able to move and play how I wanted to move on the court. As you can see from some of the clips, missed a couple layups to getting my own rebounds, getting back up, making my moves. No issues, didn't have to second guess any step or anything with the shoe. Was able to play and move confidently. Traction is a big part of what I like about hoop shoes and one of the most important parts of a hoop shoe, so they did that really well. Shout out Goodyear, crazy sponsor. Never really thought I'd see that on a hoop shoe. Outer support on the shoe is nice. Lockdown on the heel, no issues at all, no heel slippage or anything like that. I do like that they have this somewhat split tongue and most to your ankle, really nice. And I feel like the upper look of the shoe looks a lot better than the side of the shoe. Not that the side part, it's not that the side view is bad or ugly by any means. It's just, it's kind of bland and boring. Also, I just feel like we're not used to seeing a lot of Skechers hoop shoes or this S on the side of a hoop shoe. I genuinely feel like if you threw a Nike logo on the side of this shoe, people will buy it. Other than that, if you want to cop a pair of these today, I will put the link down below. Shout out Skechers for sending me these. I never thought I'd be doing a Skechers review in my life, especially not on the basketball court. They definitely made a solid shoe with these though. Also want to mention, the shorts that you were seeing me wearing in the video, these are the Dreamer shorts. The only shorts that you really see me wear, I do wear some NBA shorts here and there now, because I like the oversized baggy look that's kind of back in, but Dreamer shorts, they just dropped an athletic line as well. And it goes crazy with all different hoop shoes. They have every color on the site. I'm out of here.